What's going on, everyone? It's Alex here from Aleks Physio. So today I'm going to be going over 7 falls prevention tips that you can incorporate the next time you're up and moving. Welcome. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Alexander Kravich. I'm a physiotherapist in Vancouver, British Columbia. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to decrease the likelihood of having a fall. Let's get right into it. Tip number 1 is using assistive devices. I know it's sometimes difficult to transition to using the assistive device. However, very important because it can help to not only decrease the likelihood of falls, but it can improve your balance, it can improve your coordination, your stability. It can optimize your cardiovascular fitness because now you're able to walk a little bit further before you start to have any of those symptoms, like if you have fatigue or short of breath, or if issues with your stability or coordination. Having a cane or a walker or walking poles or sticks, they give you a little bit more confidence in your ability to be on your feet because you have some of that external support. Something like a cane can offload up to 25% of your body weight. So it transfers your weight to your arms so that your legs don't have to work as hard, especially as you get fatigued. There's nowhere nearby to sit down. Number 2 is light up your living space. Falls could happen in areas of the house where it's maybe darker and you don't see something on the ground, or if you trip over something because of the vision aspect of it. So important to make sure that the areas that you're going to that are around your house are well lit so that you can see what's around you and what your surroundings are, because your vision plays a role in your balance in many different ways. Number 3 is remove furniture hazards. So setting up and optimizing your home environment in a way where you can decrease the likelihood of falls is important. And doing things such as, removing throw rugs or different sorts of furniture that you may have the tendency to trip over or bump your leg on based on the layout of it is important to look at your overall home environment. And sometimes working with an occupational therapist could be beneficial, where they can try to figure out ways to optimize your home environment so that the odds of these sorts of falls can be decreased. Number 4, stay active. So maintaining your mobility, your strength, your flexibility. These are very important to have not only for your overall health, but especially from a balance and a falls prevention perspective. And doing things such as participating in exercise classes or balance programs. If you don't use it, you lose it. So if you're not working on your balance, your strength, your mobility, these things can make it more likely for you to have an episode or have a fall if your fitness levels are not at the level that we would want you to have them at to, again, optimize your overall health and decrease the risk of falls. So for example, I might work on my dorsiflexion or pointing my toes up and working on the muscles at the front of my shin, because when you walk, you have to be able to clear a certain amount of degrees, up to 10-15 degrees, so that you can actually take that step and you're not tripping over your feet. So if you're not working on those kind of exercises to improve the strength or the flexibility in your ankles, then that can put you at a higher risk of having a fall because you tripped over your foot. Obviously, there's multiple reasons for falls, but if it is because of a lack of strength or because of lack of mobility, then doing as much as you can in terms of an exercise and fitness perspective may help to reduce those risks. Number 5, reviewing medications. So talking with your family doctor, talking to them about any side effects that you may experience from medications that you may be taking is important, because if you're getting dizzy or groggy or drowsy after you take some medications, then obviously that can put you at a higher risk of a fall if you're up and about and moving around. So making sure you have an appropriate medication review if you are noticing some of these things, and if you are having falls or near falls, to make sure that your medication is not putting you at a higher risk of a fall event. Number 6 is transitioning into position slowly. So what do I mean by that? If you're lying down, when you wake up in the morning, instead of just jumping up and getting straight out of bed, sit on the edge of the bed for a moment, get your bearings, get your balance, and then stand up and again take a moment and then start to move. This is especially apparent for individuals who fall because they have low blood pressure or something called orthostatic hypotension, where they have a drop in blood pressure based on the changes in positions. So it's important that when you are changing position, so if you're going from lying to sitting to standing to walking, that you're just giving your body a little bit of time before you transition into those positions so that you're not moving too quickly. And again, running the risk that you have a fall because of a fainting episode or losing consciousness. Number 7 is moving cautiously on different surfaces. So surfaces such as going downhill or on icy conditions or uneven surfaces. There are certain postures and positions to adopt in order to decrease the likelihood of a fall in these scenarios. So things like taking very short steps, leaning forward, having your arms out, trying to optimize your walking pattern in these positions can help to decrease the likelihood of a fall. So there you have it. We went over 7 falls prevention tips that you can look into and incorporate for yourself to see if that helps with your falls. So obviously falls are multifactorial, and looking at your balance is multifactorial. There's lots of different factors that can play a role in terms of why somebody may be predisposed to falls or have a higher chance of falls. So it's important that this is looked at by a medical provider and look to see if there's any underlying reason, whether that be low blood pressure, whether that be any sort of spinal cord compression or nerve root compression or vision changes or any other medical condition. So it's just important to be mindful of that. And these are just some general tips, things to be mindful of, and seeing the appropriate healthcare provider or working with your physiotherapist or occupational therapist to optimize your function can help play a role in reducing your falls risk. Because of course, falls are associated with significant morbidity and even sometimes mortality. So falling, breaking your hip, hitting your head, having a brain injury, all of these things can come on after a fall. So it's important to talk about these sorts of things so that you're aware of all the factors that can play a role in it and what we can do as physiotherapists. Hopefully you found some value in this video. Have you ever had a fall? What was the reason, and what are some things that you did to remedy against it, or what did you find out was one of the causes if you are falling repeatedly? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you found value in this video, please consider checking out some of my other videos. I have over 450 videos on various physio, exercise, and medical related topics. And if you still find value, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really allows my channel to grow and allows me to reach a wider audience. Until then, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.